Hey everyone, Felipe Vieira here, designer, front-end and senior with over 16 years of experience in the field. Today I'm going to bring you another comparison, and this comparison is really cool, okay? Because I have shown several tools similar to Bolt here on this channel, and some are very good, and I will revisit them, okay? I will make a comparison with all the best ones, which I consider the best, okay? For you to draw your own conclusions, what do I plan to do here? We are going to take this dashboard here. Most people who are going to create a SaaS need a dashboard, right? To gain insights into business metrics and everything else. So everyone will have more dashboards, which is why I decided to bring this to you. So it's going to be a really cool video. It won't be a very long video. Okay, I just want to do the same thing. For all four, we will look at their development speed, the final quality, with just a few prompts. Okay, I will do the same for everyone. How many prompts it takes to generate. All of these are free. Okay, the only one that's paid is Bolt, which I pay for. But I believe I'll try up to a maximum of about 10 prompts to see if we can reach a decent value, a nice final result. Besides that, folks, if you like the video, leave a like, follow the channel, and activate the bell to receive notifications. I'm always bringing new content during the week, okay? Comment below if you like the video, if you have any video suggestions, anything you want to see that I haven't brought to the channel yet, or anything you're very curious about. If you want me to make a video doing reinforcement, leave your comments here, okay? So let's go. What we're going to do is copy the image, okay? We're going to enter Lovable, paste it in Lovable, paste it in Bolt, paste it in Replete, and paste it in Vercel, okay? The development, I will talk about it. Develop this dashboard. Complete, identical to the image. I'm not going to ask it to create a theme yet. It might get lost on the first one. So I'll ask it to do it on the second, and we'll run them all. Okay. Let's go. I ran it. I ran it. I ran it. I ran it. Let's see how it behaves. Bolt seems to be the fastest among them. I saw Bolt, guys. It just launched a very interesting feature, which is the editing part. We can edit text and everything else directly on the interface. We no longer need to keep asking. For DIY, this will save a lot. Tokens, probably Bolt will copy this and bring it. This is very interesting. Bolt also launched this week the creation of hybrid apps with React Native and other hybrid technologies. No, it does. It converts the code into React Native and native code. Whether for iOS or Android, they launched it recently. There might be some bugs right now, but I believe it will be very interesting for those who want to develop native mobile applications. He is still thinking. Bolt is already done. The replete stopped. Let's go back again. MVO is still doing it. So right off the bat, we can already say that Bolt here, this is just a bit strange, right? Am I using zoom here? I am using zoom. It's really small. Let's check the responsive design here. The responsive design is messed up, all right? It didn't create the routes. Didn't create here. What a beauty. Didn't create it either. It's quite static. It is. Nothing is implemented. All right. And here it is still running. Here, it won't go. All right, here it finished. Here, it already did drop down. Is the calendar working there in Bolt? It's not, right? Is the calendar working? All right. We have a Bolt in the first, a V0 in the second. I don't know what you want to say. There was an error. I'll create an identical dashboard. All right. Try to fix. The new bot had an error. It didn't have an error. V0, nor did the bolt.new have an error. Let's see what it says. You already have too many replies. I already have many replies. I have. Has it already loaded? I'm missing something. Let's see here. Here's the chat. Got it? It didn't generate anything. Don't use replete. It's horrible. It's a mess. Let's stick to the 3. We can even use one, which I even recommend to you if you want to make a slightly more professional product with the steps we normally use in software development, which is to prototype the application map, the links, where it goes to where, the access levels, the hierarchy. Then do the design part and then charge. The time labs, basically, it does this for us using artificial intelligence. I hope I haven't used up all my tokens here, because here I also don't pay. It's free. But here I will have to upload. So let's download this guy. I think it didn't work. Load. Web. No, right. I don't even know if it accepts web. I'll just take a screenshot here, okay? Done. I'm already logged in. Let's close. Here. Here. Let's paste. This one takes longer indeed. Okay, it's finished. Had to do a fix, but it's done. We see that it's quite different from what I asked for. Let's see if it's not functional. It's not functional. Let's see if at least it did more. It didn't do navigation either, but I will request it, okay? This one here will take longer because it goes through those steps I mentioned. First, it creates the navigation map. Then it does the UI part there in design format. Actually, it takes a screenshot there, and then it does the coding part. Actually, its design is already part of the code taken from the screenshot here. It is generating the user flow of the page I sent to them, which is the hierarchy there, which is a code in Mermaid, okay? And here it is creating the components you see. It separates everything neatly. It has a slightly more complex interface, but it already integrates with Figma. And Supabase, I haven't tested the Figma part yet. I will test both V0. I have a layout that I created. I'm also a designer at IOX of an application that I will develop, and I will test Figma with it to see if it generates a nice code, if it captures the screens and everything. I will even test it on Bolt with React Native. Who knows, I might bring it to you. All right, so it's finished here, right? What can we do? We can ask for it to implement all the screens, estimate how the others turned out, maintain the visual code. All right. So if we look at what came closest, it was Bolt afterwards, V0, and lastly, the logo. The time really takes a while. See, it's normal. You see, then you notice that it didn't do it. If we click on the little hand, we can navigate. The folks are extremely tired. working on a bunch of projects at the same time, doing almost 14, 15 hours of coding per day. Produced, you see him, he already creates his interdependencies here. Okay, let's see when we click here. It will open a new tab. The app version is fine. It didn't stay inside. It's not filtering either. It doesn't do anything. Calendar, okay, it's working. If you click, it selects, okay. It's not organizing. It didn't create any link. All right. Is it better than the new one? No, it was like, leave it here just for us to test. Comparing, okay. The bolt is still running. It's already run here. You don't see it's already run. It's not working well. It's working. It's working. It's not working. Nothing works. Bolt. Error. It can't be fixed. And here, all right, it worked. It's not filtering, but he estimated some other screens here. Missing. Only 2. There was an error here. Let's fix it. The bolt is fixing the error. Still, who knows? Maybe the bolt will integrate the A3, right? As a drive guide there to make an LN to do the coding part, we can achieve code generation with higher quality than the cloud we use. Today, in each Anthropic, the people are saying that the A3 is very good, DeepSec too, but DeepSec is very unstable, right? As people are using it, it's crashing all the time, so it's kind of bad. When it's loading, folks, I released a video here talking about DeepSec research. It's from ChatGPT, right? But you have to pay $200 a month to be able to use it. I created an open source tool where we just need to put our key from the open router and choose a compatible LLML. Since the A3 Mini is not available for non-paying users, you can choose the 4-row Mini on the open router, which works well. Then you will type a search, it will ask some questions, and then it will perform crawling using Firecrawl. You can use both Firecrawl and Open Router for free. There's even $1 worth of key there. You can put the key directly in the interface and test it, and conduct any research you want in a slightly deeper way. Since there are some limitations with Firecrawl, I suggest leaving the configuration at the default, which is 2 and 4. I'll leave the video here in the card up here so you can take a look at the video, okay? It's really cool, and I think you'll enjoy using it. It's online. You don't need to download or install anything. Just enter the keyline and start using it. There was an error here. Let's test it here. It's loading. Good. For me. You see that the Lovable, the interface didn't turn out so well, but it's nice. Let's check the mobile. Mobile 2, no. It turned out well, but it was easier to get it right. The implementation part, not the design part, but the implementation part. He arrived without much error. Okay. Let's see what changed. There's an edit code section. It connects to GitHub. The settings section has the information for you to put something here. Oh, to improve the prompts. Okay. It's with GitHub visibility. All right. The edit part. Okay, select edit resp. Is not to select here. Let's take a closer look. Carefully and thoroughly analyze version 0. He went ahead and made even more screens, adding to the collection. That's why I wanted to get the... It's not going to get it right. Let's also look at the folder structure. Components, all right, I separate quite a bit. App, put the pages inside the app. Yeah, it's actually a pretty nice organization. It's not bad at all. Bolt is still working on it. Bolt made an app.diy. That's it. Seriously, did he put everything inside the app? Yeah, Bolt put everything inside the app. And look, he doesn't usually do this. I don't know if he's doing it to divide later. Let's wait. Later, the folder structure is nice. Did you see me? He also created the screens here. Look, the process is really nice, but the layout isn't quite the same. I'll leave it separate here for you to compare. And finally, wait for him to fix the problems. We saw that at first there was no problem with Bolt, but now there are issues implementing the other screens. I believe it's because he's doing everything in a single file and keeps rewriting the entire file every time he tries to do something, right? So he ends up getting lost, which is too much context for LLM. That might be why it's crashing. If it crashes again, I'm going to ask him to split the data into components. He should have done this already, unless he didn't. He said he made a component inbox, but I don't know if he's creating the components in here. Or if he hasn't updated the folder part here, that could be it too. So if we look at the time here, what's cool about it? What is he doing? He's making more screens here. It's still a bit buggy in this navigation part and everything else. See the zoom. Sometimes it doesn't work. Here's a screenshot, see? But when you simply maximize, you can edit. It's not letting me because it's quite slow. Now it opened. I can edit as if it were a component. It's a bit slow here, but you can edit text. See, I'm clicking, it's a bit slow. The user flow part, see? It does the whole navigation part, see? The style part, look there, what's there? What goes where, see? You enter the dashboard, an inconsistent one. You can see over here, it goes from the sidebar, you can come over here. You see that it makes a better flow, right? Then there's the design part here. If we select, if it allows us to select, you'll see that the styles appear here for us to change. It was what Lovable did. I think it was, wasn't it? It was Bolt. And it's divide the components of the app page. You're putting everything there. You can't, just to organize it better. Now it's opening the edit, but it wasn't opening. He opened a sandbox. It's loading by the looks of it. This here is not personal. This is from my artificial intelligence extension. I have the link here too for anyone interested. Something to make it easier when browsing. You see, you click here, then it opens. You can ask something about the context here. It answers. Things from WhatsApp, web, everything on the web it does. It summarizes YouTube videos, does everything here, right? And you can choose between various LLMs. You see, there are LLMs like Psych, Cloud Solnet, GPT-4o. There are a few options, right? Close. And here it is, not editing. Here, it's the code, all right? Let's go. See if he tells me there is an error. The bolt is really having issues. And here, everything was fixed. This is the visual. Let's just close here. And let's open, just to make the final comparison. It will say it's in the chat. No. I don't know how this part of the edit works. It's been a while since I entered Lovable. I'll take a look later. Then I'll leave it in the comments, or I'll make a video just about Lovable. If you want, leave a comment here and I'll bring a more in-depth review of it. Okay. So, did it work now? Wow, now it was cool. Let's see if... Okay, let's click here for it to open in another guy too. Was this case? Oh, indeed, Boltzfass. Yes, Boltzfass. Indeed, indeed. Loaded. There was this purple thing search. It was the closest one. It's not perfect. Forgot about this graphic, but it was the one that got the layout most right. This average. This one was way off. This average, I think this one turned out a little better. I believe this one. Let's see the part. Home analytics. You see how it became much more interesting. Didn't do it. All right. So we can take from inside here, bolt.new is better for the interface. By giving it the minimum and it resolving itself, it is better. But it tends towards implementation. You have to be more descriptive. Maybe it was the opposite. It's a little worse in the interface part, but it usually does the implementation part a bit better. Okay. So it's reversed here. I believe that Lovable is somewhat of a mix of the two. Okay. Is a middle ground between the two. It didn't make mistakes when creating the pages and everything else, but the layout isn't 200%, and the lab's time here. It deviated from the layout, but it was also assertive. For the pages, it created them right away. I didn't need to say it again. Okay. So I believe that in the end, it basically ended up with these two tied, Lovable and Tempolabs, with Bolt in the lead, followed closely by Visio. You already know. If you think it was different, comment here which one you liked, so we can reach a common point. For me, Bolt is still in the lead. Among the competitors, let's see who will win this race. That's all for today. Thanks.